Ratan Tata, the former chairperson of the Tata Group, who transformed the company into India's largest and most influential conglomerate, passed away at the age of 86. He took his last breath at the Breach Candy Hospital in South Mumbai. A recipient of the Padma Vibhushan, Mr. Tata was known for his visionary leadership and a series of high-profile deals that reshaped the group. During his more than two-decade tenure as the chairman, he led the group through a period of remarkable growth, acquiring major international companies such as British steelmaker Chorus and luxury car brands Jaguar Land Rover. As tributes pour in from all over, the Maharashtra cabinet has now also decided to propose Bharat Ratna for Mr. Ratan Tata. We'll talk about this with our guest. Joining us on the show is Mr. Vivek Bindra, founder and CEO of Bada Business. Mr. Vijay Kalantri, President of All India Industries Association. Mr. Subhash Goel, Chairman of STIC Travel, also joins us on the show. And last but not the least, Professor Madhav Nalapat, Editorial Director of the Sunday Guardian. Professor Nalapat, I'll begin with you, sir. So your impression of Ratan Tata, I'm not sure if you've had the pleasure of meeting him, but India has lost a great son today.
Well, I did, so to speak, meet him in company on two occasions in Bombay House. But I would only like to point out from whatever is known publicly that he was a human being who showed humanity. And not all human beings show humanity, Vineet, and that is a fact. The fact is that Ratan Tata was born with a platinum spoon in his mouth. Forget about silver, forget about gold. It's a platinum spoon in his mouth. And that did not affect him in the slightest. He had a very easygoing style, a good, very easygoing way of talking. He put a person at ease immediately. And most importantly, he treated everyone, equally. The young, the old, the middle-aged, everybody was treated equally by him. I think that's a unique gift that he had. And I think that's something that even my brief encounters with him, I still carry in my memory. And I think it's incredible that these fleeting encounters could remain in one's memory. But what remains is, beneath my point, that Ratan Tata showed what is humanity in a human being, in a world where, frankly, we often forget that we have to show humanity to prove that we are worthy of being human beings. Thank you, Vineet.
All right, sir. Great points there. And obviously, Mr. Ratan Tata was unique in a number of ways. He obviously, even when he spoke in front of the media, he was, private, but yet made his point as best as he could. Mr. Vivek Bindra, founder and CEO of Bada Business, also joins us on the show. Mr. Bindra, thank you for being here. India has lost, a great human, a great humanitarian, a person who in fact lived for others. He lived for India. And, if I can say this, he died for India. He spent the last day of his life working towards the causes that he thought were dear to his heart and the ones that could profit the country in more ways than one. Your thoughts on his demise?
My thought is very simple. This is after a very long time that I ever felt in my life that sometimes when you feel that when your father passes away, the feeling, similar feeling. Let me give you an organizational picture first. See, it is very easily understood that 90% startup, they fail within the 5 years, first 5 years. Only 5% startup will sustain over 10 years. 0.01% company will sustain for 100 years. Tata is one of the companies which has sustained over 150 years. In over 100 countries with over 100 companies for over 100 years. Today, Tata Group is operating at that massive level. I'll tell you the phase one. The phase one started in 1868, which was started by Jamshedji Tata himself. And then he handed over to Sir Dorabji Tata when he had a clear plan of how Tata Steel would work. And then the phase two started in 1932 when Navarji, Sakalwata and JRD Tata, they started after 1932 till 1981, 89 in fact, and then came expansion. Now this was the game changer. 1990 onwards, Sir Ratan Tata came over and he started as a blue-collar employee. Of course, एक मजदूर की तरह काम किया. But in the blast gas furnaces, But then post that, guy who started in Mumbai and Shimla, did BSc in structural designing and Cornell University and Harvard University, and the father was Nawal Tata and Suni Tata, that both got separated. एक ही तकलीफ मेरे को रही, परिवार का प्यार नहीं मिला कभी जिंदगी में, ना माँ बाप का प्यार मिला, ना पत्नी का प्यार मिला, ना प्रेमिका का प्यार मिला, लेकिन जिंदगी भर धंधे में, बिजनेस में he was focused. Childhood was spent, and of course in luxury. He had 50 servants, Rolls Royce, लेकिन प्रेम की कमी थी, but that emotional stability was still there. अद्भुत है ये नहीं मिलता देखने को कि इतना इमोशनली डैमेज किया हो किसी इंसान को, फिर भी इतना स्टेबल हो इमोशनली. Under his stewardship, TCS went public, Tata Motors in New York Stock Exchange. विदेशी कंपनियां खरीदते गए, टेटली, देवू, है ना, एंड देन कोरस ग्रुप, जैगुआर लैंड रोवर, 6 बिलियन डॉलर की कंपनी को 108 बिलियन डॉलर का बना दिया. लेट मी टेल यू समथिंग, आई एम अनहैपी. पद्म भूषण इन 2000, पद्म विभूषण इन 2008, लेकिन आज भारत रत्न अगर मिलना चाहिए, नेहरू जी को मिल गया, सबको मिल गया, कितने लोग को मिले. रतन टाटा शुड गेट द भारत रत्न. Honorary Knight Commander of the Order, the Grand Cross, Most Excellent Order of the British Empire, UK टाइटल सर उन्होंने दिया इनको, भारत रत्न नहीं दे सकते. क्यों? गुस्सा है मेरे को इस बात का. ग्रैंड कॉर्डन ऑफ द ऑर्डर, राइजिंग सन जापान, अरे भारत रत्न दो भाई. मैं 2020 में मैंने ये कैंपेन चालू किया था कि उनके जीते जी भारत रत्न दो. आज उनको श्रद्धांजलि के रूप में दे दो भाई. जिस यूनिवर्सिटी जाते हैं उनको डॉक्टरेट अवार्ड मिलता. हाँ, जितनी यूनिवर्सिटीज में डॉक्टरेट अवार्ड मिला, आपको जान के हैरानी होगी, ये वही सर रतन टाटा है जिन्होंने अपने समय में 40 गुना और 80 गुना कंपनी को ग्रो किया. आपको हैरानी होगी जान करके कि 40 टाइम्स प्रॉफिट बढ़ा इनका, 50 टाइम्स इनका प्रॉफिट बढ़ा, 40 टाइम्स रेवेन्यू बढ़ा अंडर हिज 20 इयर्स दैट ही एक्चुअली गिव टू टाटा ग्रुप. ये वही रतन टाटा है जो दिल से काम करते हैं, डील से काम नहीं करते. कोई डील करता है, कोई दिल से काम करता है, कोई डील से काम करता है. एपिटोम ऑफ लॉयल्टी. जिस देवी जी से उन्होंने प्रेम किया, इंडो चाइना वॉर के चक्कर में आ नहीं पाई, नहीं गए छोड़, वो दोबारा कभी किसी से बात ही नहीं करी इन्होंने. इंस्पायरिंग लीडर ऐसे कि खुद अगर टायर का पंचर लगाना तो खुद टायर पंचर लगाने में लग जाए. हाँ, अब लोग अपना चाय कॉफी पी रही है, अपना टायर का पंचर लगा रहे गाड़ी का. ऐसा इनका कंपैशन था जो सबसे ज्यादा इंस्पायर मुझे किया. जो सबसे ज्यादा जिस चीज से मुझे इंस्पिरेशन मिला कि करुणा को कारण की जरूरत नहीं, वो चीज थी.
चलिए ये बताइए कि आजकल की जनरेशन जो है, मिस्टर बिंद्रा, ये बताइए कि आजकल की जो जनरेशन है वो मिस्टर रतन टाटा से क्या सीख सकती है?
देखो, आपसे मैं एक बात शेयर करूंगा कि अगर आप भी आज NewsX में काम कर रहे हो, मैं बहुत सम्मान करता हूं कार्तिकेय शर्मा जी का, बहुत सम्मान करूंगा सारे न्यूज चैनल के ओनर्स का. अगर आपके परिवार में तकलीफ आ जाए तो उनका तो ध्यान रख लेंगे. कार्तिकेय शर्मा जी से मैं ये उम्मीद जरूर करता हूं, बहुत अच्छे इंसान है. वैसे ही मैं आज तक टीवी टुडे नेटवर्क से भी ये उम्मीद करता हूं, बहुत अच्छे इंसान है, कल्ली पूरी तब के सब. लेकिन अगर वहां पे देहांत हो जाए कहीं सड़क पे किसी का, नोएडा के अंदर, आप एक बात बताओ, मुझे इतना जवाब दे दीजिएगा. रेलवे के एम्प्लॉय, पुलिस के एम्प्लॉय, पेडेस्ट्रियन, चाय वाला, भेलपुरी वाला, गुब्बारे वाला, पाव भाजी वाला, पान वाला, दुकान वाला, टाटा ग्रुप में रतन टाटा, उनके घर में 26/11 के हमले के बाद आकर के पाकिस्तान से हमला, उनके घर चले गए. पाव भाजी वाले के, गुब्बारे वाले के, भेलपुरी वाले के घर, पान वाले के घर, पुलिस वालों के घर, पेडेस्ट्रियन जो कोई जा रहा है उसके घर चले गए. ऐसे व्यक्ति है ना, हायरिंग में ये नहीं देखते कि मैं इनको ट्रेन कैसे करूं, रिवॉर्ड रिकग्निशन मैनुअल, ये वो HR सिस्टम, ये देखते हैं वैल्यूज क्या, कैरेक्टर क्या सामने वाले के, उस हिसाब से हायरिंग की इन्होंने. आप मालूम है करमबीर सिंह, मैं आज रतन टाटा जी के साथ में करमबीर सिंह की तारीफ करूंगा. ये जनरल मैनेजर था ताज होटल का, इसका अपना बेटा 14 साल का, अपना बेटा समर 5 साल का, इसकी अपनी पत्नी, वहां उनका देहांत हो गया ताज होटल में. ये लोगों को बचाने में लगा हुआ. क्यों? क्योंकि ये इनकी हायरिंग का सिस्टम ही ऐसा कैरेक्टर वैल्यूज करा. ये नेशन बिफोर बिजनेस. पाकिस्तान से फोन आया इनको कि हम आपका टाटा ग्रुप को, होटल को वो करते हैं, बिल्कुल एकदम रीडू कर देते हैं, बढ़िया बना देते हैं. कांग्रेस के किसी लीडर का फोन आया दिल्ली से, ये बोल ना बोले तुम, यू आर शेमलेस, आई एम नॉट शेमलेस. फोन काट दिया उन्होंने. जब इनको टाटा सूमो का इस समय ऑर्डर नहीं मिल रहे थे, टाटा सूमो का ऑर्डर आया पाकिस्तान से, इन्होंने डांट दिया हमको, पाकिस्तान में नहीं देंगे हम. ऐसा कमिटमेंट वाले आदमी मिलते नहीं भैया.
बिल्कुल ठीक कहा आपने।
आपने मुझे 1-2 मिनट दिए हैं तो मैं 1-2 मिनट और कह देता हूं आपको, और अपनी बात को समराइज कर देता हूं मैं। रतन टाटा ने ऐसे व्यक्ति है, जब ये पीपल्स पर्सन, लेबर यूनियन एक बार खड़ी हो गई, हमको नहीं मिला, क्या कहते हैं उसको, जो मार पिटाई चालू कर दी, स्ट्राइक कर दिया। टाटा मोटर्स की बात बता रहा हूं मैं आपको, पुरानी कहानी सुना रहा हूं आज आपको। मैनेजमेंट के अगेंस्ट चले गए कि हमको बोनस नहीं मिला, बोनस नहीं मिला, बोनस नहीं। ये रतन टाटा जाके जमीन पर लेबर के साथ बैठ गया, हाँ जी बोनस दो लेबर को। लेबर का इतना टर्न अराउंड हो गया उस समय, आप तो साइकोलॉजिकल टर्न अराउंड आप समझोगे नहीं, साइकोलॉजिकल टर्न अराउंड हो गया। लेबर साथ में खड़ी हो गई, नहीं 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 हमें नहीं चाहिए बोनस, हम रतन टाटा के साथ में हैं। ऐसा आदमी नहीं मिला दोबारा कभी। ये फेलियर को रिवॉर्ड करने वाले आदमी थे।
बिल्कुल ठीक कहा आपने।
आपने मेरे को बुलाया, मेरा वर्ड्स पर मिनट ज्यादा होता है, ये क्या कहते हैं, फेलियर इज गोल्ड माइन।
हाँ,
फेलियर इज
बिल्कुल
गोल्ड
बिल्कुल
माइन।
ठीक कहा आपने
फेलियर को
बिमला जी।
अवॉर्ड करो, रिवॉर्ड
चलिए
करो।
चलिए, हमें बाकी बाकी मेहमानों से भी एक दो टिप्पणी ले लेने दीजिए। मिस्टर विजय कलांतरी, president of all India Industries Association, is also joining us. Mr. Kalantri, are you there with us, sir? Thank you for speaking with us. You've heard the conversations. You've heard, the deep sense of loss everyone has expressed at the passing of Mr. Ratan Tata. What would you like to say today, sir?
Meeting him because I had interacted with him several times, and we had always talked to him about industry, trade, and I had known him from 1980s. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Keep going, sir.
Yeah. We have been able to interact with him since 1980s. And fortunately, recently, Ratan Tata Trust and his office was at World Trade Center, where I happened to be a chairman of World Trade Center. And he used to be a regular visitor there. Of course, after COVID, he has reduced his visits, but I met him just 1.5 months back when he came to the office. So Ratan Tata was a doyen of industry, and legends never die. I endorsed the view of my earlier speaker that he should be bestowed with Bharat Ratna. Government should confer on him. And Mr. Modi, I think, will consider the views of the people and work on it. But he is a man who encouraged all the entrepreneurs. I tell you, he's started a fund where he is to get the applications from the entrepreneurs. Then applications which he is to call them and discuss with them, and we like the project and the way he presents and seeing the person. He has funded those people. He had made entrepreneurs. See, various acts and various regulations do away with entrepreneurs, but he is the man who created entrepreneurs, made entrepreneurs. He is a man who was very humble. When you meet Ratan Tata, you don't feel that he is Ratan Tata. Man with such a humility, which is rare. And I feel that such rare people are only once born, not regularly born. I hope the other industrialists and trade people, whoever are in the best places, learn from him. Learn how he behaved with people, how he conducted himself, how he conducted business, and what was his vision, and his vision, how to turn vision into reality with humility. That's the big thing. Because Ratan Tata always believed that he wanted to encourage people, and recently also whenever he used to come, he used to sit on the front chair with his driver. He used to never sit at the back. He had a human touch with anybody whom he knows. And we had a liftman whom he liked. Then he told us once, can I take him a job in my company? I said, sir, he's a liftman, you can take him. But what? No, well, I'll train him and see that he is more good assistant to me than others. And he hired him. So, and anybody who says in our building, in World Trade Center, when he used to come, that I want to say hello to you, or photograph with you. And he was very humble. Yes, please, have it. He was not like other industries who have about 10 securities and 5 securities and roam about, and they feel that, no, what's happening, He believed in openness, accessibility, and lot of charity and CSR job. Like in cancer, whenever I used to tell him, sir, in this cancer development, you see, I'm building hospital everywhere. And I'm going to build cancer hospital, modern art hospital across India for cancer treatment. That was something very great what I saw of him. And industrialists, everybody is, like my previous speaker said, he acquired this company, that company. That's the thing that in business we do. But main is working with, meeting people with humility, with humbleness, working, treating your workers and staff as one of your own family members. It's a rare thing. Of course, he's a pet lover. He always believed in supporting the pet movement also, besides the other movements. And a man who will always smile and meet you.
Right,
And
sir.
whenever you meet him or talk to him, he will say, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me also rope
You
in
able to
Mr.
hear me, no?
Subhash Goel, chairman of STIC Travel. Mr. Goel, everybody is obviously has only nice things to say about Mr. Ratan Tata, and obviously that would be the case. As we near the end of our show and today's program as well, what would you like to say about this great man? This great visionary and human being.
We've all heard all the good things about him. I think I must congratulate your channel for taking up so much time for such a great man. I think there are two, three things which should be done. One is in all our management institutes, we should, have the life and philosophy of Ratan Tata so that, the succeeding generations also imbibe the same values and qualities which my friend just now mentioned, that the humility, the human touch, which is very, very important for, the success of any organization. And not only that, you see, the way he contributes towards charity, building hospitals, not only for cancer, but also for animals. That means so much love and passion is there in his life. And I think he inspires people. The very fact that, today people are remembering him, and I endorse that, yes, not only Bharat Ratna, but maybe the government should take out a stamp, a postage stamp in his honor, because you see, so that people know that here was a man who was really, and once I think someone asked him that what gives you maximum happiness when you acquired this factory or that factory, or when you did so much profit. And his reply was that when I donated wheelchairs to one of the institutes, and at the request of one of my friends, and then he asked me that, no, sir, you go and give the chairs yourself. And he says that twinkle in the eyes of those people who were rotating on those wheelchairs, and the spark that they saw gave him eternal happiness. And then when one child got his,
By Cricket Association.
yes, what do you want? What can I do for you? And he said, look, I want to see your face nicely so that when I go to heaven, I can recognize you, that you are the one who really helped me. Now, that gave him the maximum happiness. So I think such a man, as rightly mentioned, is not born once a decade, but once in a lifetime or once in a generation. And such men, they say lives of great men tell us that we can make our lives sublime. I think every industrialist should learn from the life of Ratan Tata, and he should be put in all the management books. The history of Tata should go back in the history of India. And these are the modern, leaders that we should learn from, and we should be inspired from, and we should try to imbibe the qualities. I hope that all the other big industrialists of India, if they are able to even get 10% of charity or the compassion which Ratan Tata had, I think this country will become the country of our dreams. And I think I have never, I have been more than 50 years in public life, and I admired the Tata's group when I was doing my MBA in the late 60s and early 70s. And throughout these 50, 60 years, I've been watching the Tatas grow, and particularly the way Ratan Tata has made the great strides, whether it was TCS, whether it was, and the quality of training that they give to their people, whether it is in TCS, whether it is in Taj Group, whether it is in Tata Motors, whether it is in any other Tata organization. And whatever product the Tata stamp is, you can say that it's a quality product.
Right,
And
sir.
you can close your eyes and take that product. And
You're
this is not
absolutely
only
right,
in
sir.
India, but all over the world. And he was a patriot, he was a nationalist, as mentioned by the previous speaker, that he refused, to supply the sumos to Pakistan, and he refused to take their help in rebuilding the Taj or, Bombay. So, and the way he took care of, these have become stories in
Legendary stories and anecdotes. Absolutely,
and
sir.
in
So I
business
appreciate you joining us, sir.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.